on real quick. I spent too much money. Let's get it.
All right, let's get it.
All right, guys. So I appreciate obviously everyone that just hopped on the call. We've had an absolutely crazy, last 7 days or so, obviously, going with Las Vegas, learning from these top earners and just hearing things that are causing epiphanies and, life-changing, obviously, paradigm shifts. And that's really what these calls are about. If you don't know who I am, this is your first time hopping on one of these calls, guys. My name is Josh Amundson. I've been in network marketing now for about 4 years, and I have seen a lot of different stuff, man. I've seen, absolutely crazy momentum within organizations. I've seen, people with crazy, egotistical, maniac problems. I've seen the most humble and insane servant leaders on the planet from, obviously my point of view. And, what really comes down to it, you shaping who you want to become in this organization is by attending these calls and also holding your own. There was a period of time where, when I was like relatively new inside of network marketing, guys, where I would hold, or I would only hop on other people's calls. That's pretty much what I would do. One of my mentors called me a cookie eater. And I was like, what do you mean a cookie eater? He's like, oh, and I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, a lot of people who, they study and they learn and they grow and they keep studying and learning and stuff like that. They keep studying and all they do is want more and more motivation and stuff. They're cookie eaters. They sit there and they just want, to get juiced up and fired up inside, guys. And so, what me and my business partner, Jay, kind of realized, guys, is, you got to be the person to take the action in your business. This is going to be a very, very important thing in your guys' organization if you want to get to that next level, guys. Okay. And so, you got to have the mindset that nobody's going to set up an event in your community. Nobody's going to set up leadership calls for your team. Nobody's going to set up, all the things that need to be set up in order for you to go, IPA in the company, an iGenius Platinum ambassador, guys. I did make this call open up to a few other, industries, obviously, to listen to this, but that was the thing that changed everything with our organization is we realized nobody is going to come out here and do it except us. It's literally us, and that's it. Whatever state you guys live in, guys, go ahead in the chat right now. I want you to drop what state you're hopping on this call, guys. I'll go ahead and put mine in. I'm in Minnesota. Drop in the chat where you're coming in from. I want to see where everybody obviously, is tuning in from. We got North Dakota, Minnesota. I think there's a few people that might be in Vegas in this call right now, guys. Tokyo, Japan. Okay, Louisiana. Awesome, guys. Jay goes, the room right next to you. Wisconsin. Cool, guys. Well, in your community that you're in right now, if you really want to get to a 5K a month, 10K a month income, no income claims, but you're going to have to start setting up the stuff yourself. And so that's, what part of this call is going to be about is, setting that goal for you in your organization to get events popping in your city. And I remember the first time Jay and I did it, I was like, okay, so my mentor is telling me, I'm like, I got to go and set up an event. I'm like, how in the heck do I do that? I was like, how do I do that? First of all, I was extremely scared. I might seem like a very outgoing, energetic, public speaking type dude, but that took years of practice, of course, but I was scared. I was super scared. I held my first events in Fargo, North Dakota when we started this organization. And, my first event, I think we had like 30 people. We invited about 200 people. 100 said they'd show up. 25 actually did. And like 3 signed up. That's how it goes. That's the statistics, guys. And so, wherever you're calling in from, guys, all you need, if you want to write this down real quick, this is how you set up an event. First of all, guys, by the way, if this is your first time hopping on this call, I always say this, you are going to forget 95% of the things you hear on this call if you don't write it down. That's how every single call works. You got to really think about that. Think of all the leadership calls you've heard. Think of all the personal development that you've had in your ears, when you're at the gym and stuff like that. If you don't write this information down, it's going to go in one ear and out the other, guys. You might remember how I made you feel, but you're not going to remember the really important parts about this call. And so if you have a pen and paper out, this is what I recommend doing, guys. Writing down, this is how I've always set up events. Okay. The only thing that you need are these 3 things for the most part. Okay, guys, you need a time, you need a date, when, and you need a location. That's it, guys. You need a location, date, and a time. And it's got to be consistent. Every other week, every week, one of the two. Okay. And so what we were doing when we first got started, we're like, all right, let's start with every other week. We're like twice a month, we're going to hold events and we're going to build from event to event. Then when they picked up, we started doing every single week, every Thursday or every Tuesday at 8 p.m. inside like a little office building or inside a Devani's Pizza in the party room. It didn't matter. You just got to find a spot to meet. You could be at someone's house if you wanted to, but a date, time, and location. And so for those of you that have that entrepreneur bug in them, that have that, just crazy energy bug and are like, dude, I really want to go out there and I want to set up an event for whatever organization or, industry you're in, you got to be an activator. You have to take action. That is the most important part about this. Just write it down. You need a location, a date, and a time, and then boom, get everybody together in a room, sit down and have a war room and just invite like absolute crazy guys. And so that's one thing that I really challenge everyone on this call to do is we're going to start setting up events. Obviously, in Minneapolis, I know there's a bunch of people out in Fargo and everywhere that you guys just mentioned, Wisconsin, Canada, Louisiana, Tokyo, Japan. It really just depends how serious you guys are. You got to treat this like an actual business, and that's when everything changes. And so Jay and I, and obviously Devin Spurl, and then there's a lot of people inside this group right now that attended the Attendemic event. If you guys did, go ahead and type a 1 inside the chat if you were able to watch, listen, something along those lines to the event that just happened in Las Vegas, where thousands of people streaming in live and hundreds of people in person in Eric Worre's studio, guys. It was one of the most beautiful events I have ever been to in my life. And I've been to a lot of events. My last company would have events with 10,000 people. I still had never experienced something like I just experienced right there. That literally changed my entire life because it was so personalized. And it was, I had been studying Eric Worre, the Godfather Network Marketing for years. And to be in a studio was definitely a crazy experience, guys. But what I wanted to do is, for those of you that weren't able to make the call or, made this call, but, didn't have the motivation to make the other one, I want to talk about just one of the speakers that I heard that really stood out to me that I had never heard from before in my entire life, guys. And, some of you maybe have heard from this person and, because they definitely are a world-class trainer and speaker. But the things I was hearing, I was like, I realized I was doing a lot of these things that this person said, but I had never been able to teach it or say it like that. And, these calls are all about learning the information. That's why you write it down and passing it to your team. So think about it. I learned the information and I'm passing it to my team. That's duplication, guys. That's network marketing. That's all you do in this industry. You hear an audio that helps you get better at communication, mindset, leadership, or network marketing. You pass it over to everyone in your organization. That's all we've ever done. You just, none of this knowledge is new. It's just passed along. And so you keep passing it like the game telephone, guys. And so this person that I was, very, very, impressed by and learned a ton from was a guy named Caesar. I know obviously, Colby knows him. Colby goes, oh yeah, buddy. He was just amazing. It was amazing hearing from him, the things he was saying and how he looked at the world and the way he, walked, talked, and act. I was just like, I want to replicate this guy's success. It's so beautiful and positive. And, it's a very, very, successful method and formula that he uses, guys. And so one of the first things he started off with was talking about, just being less uptight with your prospects. That was one of the first things he started with. I remember, I loved our product and service so much in our first company. I loved it so much, because, of course you're supposed to love your product and service. How are you going to become a 6, 7, 8-figure earner if you don't love the product and service? And so, I loved it. And when someone didn't want to, obviously, join or, we're skeptical about it or whatever the case may be, I was uptight. I would get like offended. I would, sometimes I wouldn't even want to share with them because I didn't know how they were going to react. And I learned, over time that the less uptight I became and the more free flowing I became about the product and service and the more loving and trusting and all of that, all the above, I started attracting people without having to, force it down their throat, guys. And so people, when I started having them on the calls too, even when you're prospecting inside a mall and stuff, it's when you become sincere to the people, that's when, everything changes. People don't care about anything you have to say until they know that you care. It's plain and simple. They need to know you care. And if you don't care, you're not going to get very far. You might get lucky. That's called the salesperson's curse, where you get lucky, you put a bunch of people in, but people stay because they know you care, guys. And so if people like you enough, they might not even ever want to do research about the company at all. That was one thing I heard from him. I thought that was really cool. Is, have you guys ever been on a call? You do a presentation or you show them, the overview or something like that. They're like, I'm going to do a little more research and stuff. 9 times out of 10, that's because you didn't build any rapport with them or any communication or any relationship, or you showed them that you cared at all. They're just looking at you like a salesperson. It's just plain and simple. And so that's why, in the beginning of calls, like I just had one today. I just plugged in one of our newest elite members. His name is Jake Johnson out here in Minneapolis, guys. Right away, I'm wanting to know, who are you, and what's your position in life right now? Where are you working? How old are you? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Why are you interested in trading? Have you ever traded before? What are your goals to accomplish with the income from trading, guys? I'm getting to know the person. So one, they know I care. And two, I can help them solve their problems by identifying what they are and providing a solution, guys. And so, by doing that, he didn't have to do any research. He didn't even care what the company's name was. He just wanted to get started and work with me. That's just plain and simple, guys. And so that was one thing that resonated with Caesar a lot was, people like, if they might not even do any research at all, which is completely fine. They just want to be around you, they, just learning to be more attractive to your prospects, learning to be, someone that, just gives off this energy. Like you ever heard someone say, I just want to be around people that are just like, motivated and pumped up and excited and want to go out and build businesses and just be around those type of people. That's something that, Caesar was preaching a lot. And I resonated with a ton because that's exactly who I was, in order to attract someone like that, I had to become like that. And so that was a big learning curve for me, guys, back in the day. Yeah, some tips and tricks, guys, that I kind of wanted to talk about. And this is something that I've had to learn a lot from, but I'm very good at communication, but something that I had to learn though throughout my experience in network marketing the last 4 years, guys, earning $150 for the entire first year, and splitting it, and just ups and downs, building my business, completely losing it, building it again, losing it. It's just to become more of a person who talks more than just about business. Who talks about personal development, who talks about mindset, spirituality, who talks about, just deeper core parts of the world, in life. And because there's people who don't just care about business, they want to be around like-minded people. And if you have several different type of characteristics about you, you'll attract a very large and wide amount of people on the planet. And that was something that was really, really cool. But in the end of the day, though, it really does come down to sell or starve, though. It does come down to that too. You got to go out there and you got to make the sales, but you got to learn, part of the process of, making those sales, guys. One thing that has always helped me with sales is learning how to control the narrative. If you guys know how to control the narrative, I want you to drop a 3 in the chat. If you know what that means, and if you know how to do it, controlling the narrative, guys. And it's okay if you've never really heard that term or anything, but throughout the conversation, when you're talking to prospects, they're on the call to learn from you. They're on the call to hear from you. And so you got to kind of guide and lead the conversation. It doesn't mean you got to speak the whole time. What it means though, is that you're directing like the whole meaning and purpose and direction of the conversation, guys. And so, right when I hopped on a call with someone, I'm immediately making it about them. I am controlling the narrative. The narrative is about where are they going? What have they done? What do they want to do? And how do they plan on getting there? And how can I help, And that was something that really helped a ton, guys, And a really cool quote that he said was, for those of you who haven't really signed anyone up or got someone started in your business or closed any deals before, or, you're just kind of struggling, just keep this in mind. When you first got started, I remember I was like, man, if I could just go get these 3-4 people that are in my network that I know are just psycho hustlers, I was like, it's over. It's a game over. I was like, we won, and I thought that for a long, long time. I was like, if I can just get these people. And he said something, you need people, but you don't need any one person ever. One of the top mentors in my last company told me that. He goes, you need people, but it's never just one person that made it all happen. It's a whole thing together of different scenarios and things that happen. And so, just understand you don't ever actually need the person, and that one person that you really need that's holding your time back, that's obviously just pushing you off and saying, I'm still thinking about it and stuff. They said this, tell me yes or tell me no, but tell me quick because I have to go. And I love that. That was insane. I was like, woo! I was like, drop some threes in the chat for Caesar, guys. That was a straight bar that he said in the event, guys. He said, tell me yes or tell me no, but tell me quick because I have to go. Guys, people want to see urgency. They got to see you're busy. They got to see you're on the go. They got to see that you're not just chilling. You know, I remember one of my other mentors in my other company, you know, he said, when you're calling people and you're prospecting, you're texting, successful people aren't just chilling. They're not bored. They're not hanging out. They're not just, you know, relaxing. They're, you know, hopping into the next meeting. They're going to the gym. They're going to the, you know, the next call. They're going to meet someone, you know, prospect. They're constantly on the move to the next step of their business, guys. So the next step of their life and success. And so, you know, that's why I love, you know, tell me yes, tell me no, but tell me quick because I have to go, guys. Beautiful, beautiful quote. One of the coolest things he also said was, here's how to wipe out 90% of the objections that you'll ever get, guys. 90% of the objections you'll ever get in this organization. And I thought it was so cool the way he delivered it, guys. He said, you know, so let's say, you know, someone asks you so-and-so, you know, they ask you, how much money do I make? Or how much money do you make? You know? And, you know, what he said is kind of answer it like this, you know, do you mind if I ask you a question, you know, is the answer to the question you just asked me, is that the determining factor of whether you get started today or not? And, you know, if they say, no, it's not, and they'd be like, so what is then, you know, and, you know, what is the determining question? You know, they're gonna be like, all right, well, it's actually this. I got to talk to my husband. I got to talk to my wife. I got to talk to my mom, my dad. I got to make sure this is okay. You know, you skipped out all those questions that they're just filling and wasting time with by saying, is this the determining question that determines whether you're going to get started or not today? I was like, boom, that's an amazing thing that I learned for, you know, speeding up the time, guys. If they say, yes, it is the determining question, say this, you know, so if I answer this question right now, the minute I'm done, you're going to be ready to get started. They either say yes or no. If they say no, they're going to ask them what else, you know, then that obviously wasn't the realest thing, guys, you know? So is this a determining question for you to decide whether you're ready to get started today or not, guys? That wipes out 90% of objections. It doesn't even answer those 90%. It just wipes them out. They're not even going to ask the other ones out. They're going to ask what they actually care about. It's so genius. You know, it's one of the smartest things I've ever heard, guys. Cool quote that he kind of dropped too is, nobody wants to jump on board a sinking ship, but everyone wants to jump on board the money train. You know, and I thought that was so cool, because there's been so many times throughout, you know, Jay, my business partner who's on this call, he's gonna be speaking next, and in our, you know, business ventures over the 4 or 5 years that we've been doing this, where, you know, everyone's excited when everyone's making money, everyone's excited when the business is momentum, you know, everyone's excited when everyone's winning, but, you know, when things are going the wrong way, you won't hear a peep from 90% of people. And it's just funny, you know, how that really works, guys. You know, people try to, you know, go after and like chase success and everything, but you have to realize you're the one that's attracting what's coming to you right now. You're attracting your success. You don't go chase it down. It's the same thing with money. If you're kind of chase money out of the market for trading, you're going to lose it way faster than you ever will make it. You know, if you're trying to squeeze money out of the market, guys, if you're trying to force people into your organization, if you're trying to force people, you know, to buy a certain package or something within your company, you know, it's going to run away from you, guys. You have to literally attract it into your business. You have to act as if this person on the call is going to join. That was one of the biggest things I ever learned too. Every time I hop on a call doing a presentation, I have the mindset like, I'm going to get this person started right now. They haven't even seen the presentation. They don't know what it is that I do, but I'm on the call to get them started right now. You know, I assume they're getting started. I assume that they're launching it. I'm assuming that I'm going to launch this person into the business and they're going to be a top earner every single time, guys. I assume it. And so I wanted to just kind of wrap this call up real quick, guys, and just kind of talk about, obviously, you know, posture. You know, guys, I want to talk about posture. Okay. This is going to be a big one. All right. The reason that, you know, a lot of the leaders in this company that are, you know, platinum ambassador and above, even ambassadors, diamond ambassadors, anybody who's taken on a leadership role, it's because they decided to implement posture inside of their business. You know, nobody has any idea if you know what you're talking about or not, if you have posture. Not even a little bit. They have no clue. You could be completely, you know, clueless about the topic you're talking about, but if you hold posture and you act like you know what you're talking about, it's almost impossible for someone to not even, you know, realize that. And so Posture is the position of strength or weakness in every conversation. You know, that's what posture is. You know, you're either on the weakness side of it or you're on the strength side. And so if you come into the conversation, you know, with posture on the positive side, they're going to read you like a book and be, wow, this person knows what they're talking about. They're so passionate about what they're doing. They're so excited. I'm excited and I don't even know why I'm excited. You know, that's what the prospect starts to think, guys. It's absolutely crazy. And, you know, throughout the call, guys, this is kind of the last thing I'll mention that Caesar kind of talked about, but, you know, he mentioned, you know, learn how to do reverse recruiting or reverse sales, guys. It's one of the coolest things ever. You know, why should you let this person into your organization? Why should you work with this person? You know, make it more exclusive. You know, obviously anyone can join your company or organization for the most part, but you know, if you make it exclusive, you know, make it seem like they have to qualify to get into your organization and give you time. If you're good at what you do, you should make it exclusive 100%. You know, if you, you know, have been obviously consistent and you've been able to, you know, obviously earn some, you know, maybe short or long-term results over time, guys, you need to become exclusive and start, you know, sorting people. Are you going to allow this person to work with you? You know, you qualify them into the business. I've definitely over time, I politely disqualified people several times. Several times I politely disqualify people, guys, right in the middle of the presentation. You know, if I can tell if they're giving me snippy comments, you know, and stuff like that, yeah, I'll answer them. But if it comes to a point where I'm like, all right, well, I have to politely disqualify you, you know, I don't think you're going to be a good fit for this. You know, and in their head, they're like, this is something where I can join if I want. I already know. But no, you disqualify them, guys. You know, you gotta pretty much join through someone. So learn how to do reverse recruiting, guys. Talk to more just about business on the calls with them, with your prospects. You know, show them that you care. You know, have them like you enough to not even do research. They just want to be around you. You know, learn how to become a person of influence and attraction. And just by hanging around people like that, it's really, really simple, guys. So like I was saying, an amazing event in Vegas, guys. You know, that you hear things that cause breakthroughs, and big events create big belief. Big events give you big decisions within, you know, your life, and they change everything. And one of the biggest ones coming up that I know Jay's going to touch on is going to be in Orlando, coming up here in about 10 days, guys. 10 days. We're all flying out to Orlando, all of us again, to go to the Zero Gravity event. We're going to have these speakers there. We're going to have Daniel G. We're going to have Caesar. We're going to have all these top income earners inside the company and other industries too, teaching you the secrets, the method to the madness, and just how to absolutely dominate, guys. And I'm super excited. If you're going out to Orlando, guys, if you purchase your ticket, I want you to drop a 7 in the chat real quick. Okay. Blow the chat up with some 7s. If you're heading out to Orlando, guys, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. I know Colby has a Airbnb, guys. If you know, he might have some room left in it, you can definitely stay with him. I think he mentioned the price or something like that within the chat, but I'll let you guys deal with that with him. But super easy spot to go to, guys. And you know, you're one piece of information away from having a life-changing year inside this business. One piece of information away. You're going to hear something that you're going to end up going, wow, like I wish I would have heard that a year ago. I wish I would have heard that when I launched in this business. You know, I would have so many more customers inside my organization if I would have heard that piece of information when I got started. That's what these events do, guys. They're absolutely crazy. You build from event to event, guys. And so as you know, I'm passing over, transitioning it, I am going to be dropping the link to the actual event, guys. It's going to be an absolute beautiful event. And I'm so very, very excited to obviously be there and share knowledge with people, guys. We're going to be, me and Jay are actually going to be speaking at this event. And it's going to be an absolutely game-changing experience for those of you that want to bring it up to the next level. We have a few people on this call that might be potentially speaking at the event too, which is going to be absolutely beautiful. I know they're pumped up and excited to share some knowledge because they've been going crazy inside this business. Absolute hustlers, guys. But right here on the website, if you go right here and click on the Zero Gravity ticket, I'm going to go ahead and copy this link real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and drop this inside of the chat, guys. Super pumped up and excited, blessed and grateful to be able to speak with you guys on this fine Wednesday. You know, momentum's here. It's a decision, and I can feel it right now. I feel it through my body. I feel it through the team. It's a type of energy that, you know, is all around right now. So I'm going to drop this in the chat real quick. Here's the link to the event. It's $50, absolutely cheap at life. changing. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be passing this over to my good friend, business partner, and mentor. His name is Jay Patnode, guys. Me and this person have been absolutely hustling for the last 4 years, just dominating. People talk about, man, I did a whole year worth of calls, man. I'm like, we're on year 4. We're still going, and what we're going for is year 10, man. Year 10 is the life-changing people. Your first 5 years, you learn more about yourself, you grow, you change, you make a decent amount of money, you hit some, nice accomplishments. But year 5 to 10, that's where the big leagues come in. That's where absolutely life-changing people come in, guys. And this is going to be someone who's going to be in that 5 to 10 years, causing changes to, millions of people's lives. He has an insane amount of sales experience. He's been able to, obviously help thousands of people over the last 4 years. And I'm just very blessed and grateful to call my business partner and also have him on this call to be able to share some of the stuff he learned from that event, guys. So with no further ado, I'm going to be passing it over to my business partner, best friend, Jay Patnode. Let's get it. Drop some 3s in the chat. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, man. Thank you, Joshua. That was amazing. As always, that's some fire. Can I get some 3s in the chat for Mr. Joshua Amundson? He does what he does every single time. He provides that heat, that energy, that fire, that wisdom, that knowledge, that boss money making moves. You got to love it, because I sure do. But, I'm very grateful. This is one of, if not my favorite part about the whole entire industry, is I love doing these calls. I get fired up from it. I love sharing the knowledge. I've done calls for one person. I've done calls for hundreds. I've done calls in front of 1,000 people. I've done a lot of calls in my life, and I love it. This is so much fun. So I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am, because when you're learning this stuff that can potentially change your life, I know I get jacked for it. And before I continue on what I want to go ahead and speak about, I want to just highlight one thing that Josh said. He said, big events cause big belief. And when I tell you, it is so true. I don't care how long you've been in the industry. It does not matter. I promise you, events will still get you fired up. And for people that events don't get fired up for, because it might be 6, 7, 8, 9 years in the industry, it's because they're not paying attention. A lot of people will come just to come, but they won't actually absorb the knowledge or even pay attention. I've seen a lot of leaders do that before. But let me tell you something. If you're at any type of event where there's somebody that has what you want, or somebody that has a high level of skill in your industry, then you should be there. And I promise you, you will learn something. And big events cause big belief causes big action, and big action causes big money, and big money causes big options, and big options is what causes big happiness, when you have the option and the freedom to do whatever the hell you want to do. So I hope you guys have been taking notes. If you haven't, go ahead and get out your notebook and you can write down what I just said, because basically the correlation is big events cause big options and big freedom. So big events cause big happiness. Simple, and plain. So just do the damn thing, because we've already done it. We know how to get from A to B. We know how to make 6 figures. We know how to make multiple 6 figures. Now we're trying to teach you guys how to make 7 once we're able to do that. But we can teach you how to get where we are and where we've been before. So just understand and just know that. But the first thing I want you guys to understand or know is this is a huge one. This is a huge one, and it'll really make you start understanding and reevaluating the little things that you have done in your life or during your daily things. But 90, and I want you guys to write this down, 90% of the things that we do now, we don't think will be important, or many things, my level, I'm sorry, let me reset that. 90% of the things we do now, we might not think is important, but one more time. Trying to reset. 90% of the things that we do right now are important, but we do not know that. We don't understand it. We don't think that 90% of the things that we do just in our daily lives are just the little actions. We don't think it'll be important, but I promise you it is. There are so many things that we don't think about. Those, you, in every single aspect, you got to think about, I think about this a lot, especially being in the industry that I'm in, whether it be network marketing or sales, is my whole entire life, I've never tried to burn relationships. I never just tried to be an asshole to people for no reason. I don't know if that's been you, or if you've been that type of person. That's kind of unfortunate, but the blessing came later, because when I came into this industry, I didn't destroy 99.9% of relationships that I had. And I was nice and I was just myself and genuine. I wasn't, trying to get over on people. So when it did come time for business, people at least sat down and wanted to listen to what I had to say, because my goal wasn't to screw over people. I wanted to be just nice, because at the end of the day, treat others how you want to be treated, right? Same thing in the industry and same thing in life. So that you don't realize that it happened, 20 something years later, that I was like, boom, okay, that was a beautiful thing. I didn't know that was important back today. I didn't think most of these people could help me get to where I want to be. But same thing with skipping the gym. Think about those days you don't feel like going to the gym. Say your goal is to go to the gym 5 days a week, but you say, I don't feel like it today. All right, now it's 4. Oh, I don't feel like it today. It's 3. Those 2 days compound. There's 52 weeks in a year. Now, say you just missed 2 days that week. That is what's 2 times 52. 104. That's 104 days that you did not hit the gym, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. I still know how to do math. I was a scholar at one point. But you got to think about that. Those little things you don't think, that, I'm just a little too sore. I'm just a little too tired. I didn't want to go ahead and do it. That compounds at the end of the year. Everything is compound. Everything you do is compound. Every little thing you do. Think about it. When we tell you, read for an hour a day, do personal development for at least an hour a day. That is 7 hours a week. Now imagine that. And there's 52 weeks in a year. Okay, now it said you only do it twice a week, right? Or you skip so many, you do twice a week. Now you're only doing 104 days compared to 360 or 104 hours versus 365 hours. You know how much knowledge you just missed out on? That's 200 something extra hours that you could have had, but you wanted to skip it. You didn't think about the consequences of your actions. Every action has a reaction. It is a very simple concept. This is told around the world by, scientists, philosophers, everything you think about. Every reaction has a reaction. You never know. I used to say this all the time. There was a lot of people that, might have burned bridges or been assholes in their entire life to somebody. But I think about the story of you being an asshole to somebody, and then they end up being your boss, or they end up being the person when you walk into the job and you're trying to get hired. This is back in the day in college, and why, I didn't want to be an asshole to people. And I just wanted, treat everybody nice, because you never know at the end of the day what's going to happen with those relationships. Same thing with sales. Same things with this industry. Somebody might have some knowledge that you want, but you can't ask them because you're an asshole. They're gonna look at you and laugh. And the one thing I've realized is anybody that's been, an asshole to me, or, has done me wrong, I don't really care. If you ask to join my business and I think you can succeed in there, if I think I can help you, I'm going to go ahead and do it, because at the end of the day, that is what this is about. But you have to understand that 90% of the things that you're doing right now, you might not think is important, but they are. They are important. The little thing is important. Compounding is important. The gym, your life, your relationships, the things you say, like literally the things you say, the way you speak. If you tell yourself every single day, I am great, I am going to be wealthy, wealth comes to me in abundance, millions come to me, I expect it and I accept it. If you tell yourself that every single day, your subconscious mind is going to start to think that and believe that. And obviously it's going to start coming into fruition. So understand these small little things that you might not think are important are important. So start understanding and realizing the little things that you do on a day-to-day, how you say things, that negative energy you saying, I'm not as good as that person. They might not be as skillful as that person, but what can you do to compensate for that? Put more time in to catch up. There are so many people that when I came into this industry, me and Josh, when we came into this industry, we did not know anything. Our skill set level was good maybe for other things, but, quality leadership, leading the right way, figuring out how to lead people in different ways. There's so many things that we had to understand that we didn't have that other people had. But we put in overtime to get to where these top people, these top 6, 7, 8 figure, earners were at, by putting in more time and effort. So don't think that things just, I can do it tomorrow. Don't think that I can do it tomorrow mindset. Because you can do it tomorrow, but somebody else is doing it, twice as harder that day, and then twice harder the next day. Now you're already -3 behind them. And over a long period of time, they're way ahead of you on a different scale. And that's why you see all these people have so much success and all these people not have success. I look at somebody like Kobe. Kobe's been dominating. But he's been putting in the time and effort. He's becoming one of the most consistent people I know. And he's also become one of the greatest leaders I know. I can see it right before my eyes. There's a certain period of time when you see people's transformations, and it's phenomenal. It is beautiful. Everything starts to click, but it's that time, that effort, that energy, those 90%. So I know I wanted to stick on that for a while, but I really wanted to drill it into your heads that it is so important to start looking at the little things that you do every single day. Because the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is understanding, and this will be very brief, but I love to just bring this up. I used to bring it up on every single opportunity call that I've ever done. It is making money is a team sport. Making money is a team sport. Yeah, you might be able to make some money by yourself, but to make big money, to make big wealth, to make generational wealth, to make freedom having wealth, you need other people. And this is in every industry, not just this. You think one person can run a multi-billion-dollar company himself? No, he needs managers, he needs CEOs, he needs the workers, he needs all the way down the line. We need the same thing. We need each other to have success, because there is something that I might know that you might not know, and vice versa. There's one thing I will tell you I will never, ever be is someone who thinks I know it all. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, when I was a kid, I was that person. I thought I knew it all. And that stuff got me in situations to where I've messed up, when it could have all been saved, or time, effort, and energy could have been cut in half just by opening my ears. It doesn't matter whether you come into the game, you don't have a single person in your team. If you tell me something that resonates with me, if you think you have something of value to me, I'm going to listen, because that's just what it is. People learn in different ways. People learn different things from different places. You never know who someone has spoken to. So understand that making money is a team sport. Don't think just because you're a leader or whatever rank it is, you're just the top shotter. You're just the head honcho. Still take advice. Still take constructive criticism. Doesn't matter how much money you made, whether it's a little or a lot, you still have stuff to provide to this world. So understand making money is a team sport, and that is in every industry within itself. And so the two things I want to talk to you guys about as far as the event went, it's two things that really stood out to me, and I kind of interpreted it a little bit different than how it was said, but it was something that I really liked, and I really think you guys should understand. So I want to reiterate it. It was, you guys have to understand that. And when I was telling you the 90% thing, the little things that you don't get, there is people that didn't get on this call. This one call that happens once a week that they decided they didn't want to make time for. When everybody knows every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, don't put something in your schedule. Don't put something in your schedule, simple and plain. They don't understand that. That's one day that they didn't have versus another day that you all have, which will speed your success. And maybe you reach out to a prospect before that person, or maybe they just don't have the personal development that you have because you've been on so many of these. So you sign them up and they don't. Now they feel salty about it. Well, that's their fault. Get on these type of calls. But because of that, I want to say you need to consistently show up. Consistently show up. I'm at every event, on every call. You guys should be on. If anything, there is no reason why you can't be on these calls. There isn't. And there's one on Monday too with other speakers that are high level leaders that can teach you a lot. But consistently show up to calls like this, to events. We were just in Vegas. Before that, we were in Atlanta. Now we're going to be in Orlando. This is a $50 ticket. Big events cause big belief. Are you telling me that you're going to let $50 stop you from elevating your life? $50 is the cheapest event ticket you'll get anywhere. And I can promise you that I've been to events. I've dumped hundreds and hundreds, thousands of dollars into my personal education. And that's why it might show compared to somebody that hasn't. So understand you need to consistently show up. And it's not even just for these. We spent $500 on the Las Vegas event ticket. So you have to understand that per ticket. So, but consistently showing up, and that's for these type of calls. That's for events. That's for your social media, your brand. That's for your leaders. As far as when it comes to social media, you should post every single day. Consistently show up. Ingrain it in the brain of your followers and of these people that you do what you do, because they might not have interest in at first, but as they see your success grow and grow, if they said no at first, once they see your success, they're eventually going to reach out. I've been saying this for years, and I can promise you everybody I've ever known eventually comes back around and signs up. Over the last 4 years, every single contact in my cell phone will eventually, if they haven't already, came back and signed up with me. It's really simple facts. Now, whether they have massive success, that depends on them. I can only do so much. You can bring a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. If they're not thirsty enough, if they're not hungry enough for this passion, for this money, for this wealth, for this freedom, what we all want. Obviously, you guys are on this call, so you want something better for your life. Simple and plain. So you guys already made the first right decision by showing up. So, but whether it be posting, if you're going to post, make sure you post on your stories every single day. Every single day. Go ahead and give anybody can do 3 to 5. Anybody can do 3 to 5. You can take a picture of you at the gym. You can post a motivational quote. You can post something of value. You want to give value. When you're posting, you want to give value. on your stories, even on your posts and in your captions. You want to give value when you're speaking to them about the business. You want to give value. So consistently show up. And one thing I really learned, what I personally haven't got to the point where I'm doing it yet, which I'm going to, I'm already about to start stacking the vault, is TikTok and Reels on Instagram. And you guys have to understand, you don't need to post everything all at once. If I see a leader post something fire, what do? I screenshot it. Bet you I posted 2 weeks later. Everybody's already forgot about it. Now it looks like it's mine. Simple. I have so much stuff in the vault over the last 4 years. I could probably post 20 times a day for the rest of the year. Simple and plain. You can, it's not hard to find content. You just have to consistently do it. Just steal from all the different leaders and you can post it the same day because we probably don't have the same following. And if we do, just wait a week, wait 2 weeks. Just keep screenshotting. You can find any motivational person, high level leader in any business, high income earner, somebody that's just genuinely smart. You can find theirs, screenshot all their stuff, make sure it's all cropped out so it looks good, and repost it. So consistently show up. And what I've learned is, the algorithm of all these social media platforms love it when you're consistent. If you're going to post on Instagram, like a post consistently. Make it a thing where you do, okay, if you want me to do once a week, every single day on Wednesday. Watch your engagement go by a lot. If you're going to post on your stories, consistently do 3 to 5 a day. Space them out throughout the day. Honestly, your engagement will go so much. Same thing with TikTok. This is the one thing I learned a lot too. You want to be consistent in all these things, and the algorithms are going to always love it. So consistently show up. Make sure you have that written down on everything, whether it's for your team, for your people, for these calls, for these events, for your social media, for your prospects, following up, consistently show them that you're there and you want to go ahead and have them, join your business. And then the second thing, and one of the very last things is, okay, consistently showing up, I promise you, it'll get you better. Consistently showing up will start getting you results, right? Start getting you results. It'll start moving you in the right direction. Consistently showing up will help you get to where you want to be. But all in energy will get you to where you want to be faster. Consistently showing up for these every single, week and consistently posting, consistently messaging people, you'll slowly get to your goal. I can promise you, you'll start inching your way towards your goal. But if you go all in, and when I say all in, when you're on these calls, if you're not taking notes, then what the fuck are you doing here? I'm just going to be honest. And you know me, anybody that knows me, I will curse. I'm sorry. That's just who I am because I'm passionate about what I do. And I hate to see people wasting their time. Because at the end of the day, don't be here and just be a cookie eater like Josh was just saying. You're here, you love it, you get a little motivation. But if you're not going to be all in, if you're not going to be taking notes, you're not going to be absorbing the knowledge and then going to put it to use. Then what use are you to yourself? You're a liability to yourself. Don't be a liability to yourself. Some people, 99.9% of people, their biggest enemy is themselves, simple and plain. They are their biggest deterrent, their biggest fear, their biggest, reason why they're not having success is not because of other people. So all in energy, the easiest way to do it as far as the content side, just prepare all your content. Like I was saying, prepare it so you have it, so you have no reason not to post. You could be half dead still posting. You could be on a plane. You can go ahead and post. Whatever it is, because you'll have it all ready. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you have all in energy. So, and also another thing is look the part. And this is one of the biggest things I used to struggle with is look the part, because I used to get on all my calls, sweatpants, a hoodie, because I knew in my eyes, I believed that I was smooth enough to still get it done. And trust me, I still have mad results. Don't get it wrong. But if you go ahead and make sure, you're brushed, you're shaved up, you're clean, I promise you to provide more energy. I promise you they'll look at you in a little bit different of a light. So when you're all in energy, you want to vibrate high. You see how my energy is high? I'm not coming here like, what's up, guys? You can do it this way. You can do it that way. No, I'm coming in with energy because I'm excited. I hope you're fucking excited. Shit, if I told you was going to make $1 million next year, would you be excited? If you would be excited to make $1 million next year, if I told you you're going to for sure make $1 million next year, put some ones in the chat if you would be excited. Because I know I would be excited. I'd be pumped up. I'd be on these calls I try to be in these calls every day. Simple and plain. So get excited like you're going to go ahead and make $1 million. Get excited like you're going to become the person that you want to become. Get excited. Just get excited, because if you're not excited, it's going to be hard to give it your best. But you also, to stay excited, you have to make sure you have that all-in energy, but you also have to understand and remember why you got into this in the first place, because of the opportunity. And I said it last week. Anybody in this call, let me know before they got into this business, did you have a legal opportunity to make $1 million? Let's just be honest. And if somebody did, okay, damn, that's what's up. You might be connected. You should already be connected. You should be able to use that and connect it for this business. But most people, 99.99999, do not have a legal way to make $1 million. 99.999 people don't have a legal way to make $500,000 or 300,000, maybe 100K before taxes. You know what I mean? So you have to understand that. So get excited, because right now you can change your entire life. It's just completely up to you. So showing up will get you better, but all in energy will get you better faster. Simple, 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 and plain. And like I always say, like we always say, don't quit. You stay here, you do what you need to do. You come with high energy. You come with, you vibrate at a high frequency. I promise you, you'll have massive success no matter what you do. But the beautiful thing about this is, in our industry, this success translates into hella money. And that is honestly not only thing that excites me, but it excites me. Never had money before. I was poor. But it excites me because now I know all the things that I can do with the money to change other people's lives, giving back to not only my team, but the world and my friends and my family around me. So understand that. But I hope you guys found some value. I'm going to go ahead and Josh wants me to pass it back to him. But I hope you guys got some value out of this call. And like he said, and like I'm saying, make sure at the Orlando event, if you haven't booked it, if this hasn't changed your mind, well, shit, let $50 stop you from having massive success. That's cool. That's on you. Because I promise you, when I was the brokest I've ever been in my life, I still found a way to pay for my first event ticket. And I promise you, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have stayed in this industry, because the next event wasn't for like 3, 4, 5 months. And who knows if I'd have lasted that long. I'd probably just said, F it. I just got done with school. I had good grades. I got connections. I'll get a job. So you never know what you're going to miss. So take advantage of the energy while you still have it right now. Because that's how you get great. It's from event to event. Simple and plain. So I'm going to pass it back to my brother, Josh. You guys go ahead, and I hope you guys found some value. And if you did, and you don't already have me on social media, it's just at Patnode. My name. Feel free to reach out if you ever need some energy, if you ever need some help or just some direction or guidance. I'm always gonna be there. So just let me know, because I love doing this shit. I'm so happy I went to the event, because I even needed it myself. I'll be the first one to tell you. I'm pumped up. I messaged about probably like 70 prospects today. I got 10 meetings set up from today, tomorrow, before I have to go to Mexico this Saturday. And then I have meetings set up on the Sunday and the Monday already, because I'm gonna be working down there. This shit don't stop. So understand that. So get excited, get hyped. Sorry, Josh, I'm gonna pass it back to you. Love y'all.
Let's go, baby. Got me pumped up and excited right now. I feel the energy. I love it. I had some people texting me that were on the Facebook Live, like, Jay's going off right now. I'm like, okay. Guys, drop some threes in the chat for Jay Patnode, absolute beast, just dropping straight value on this call, man. Every time I hop on, I learn from him too. It's beautiful, guys. Having a business partner, it goes both ways, just teaching, left and right. So what I want to do real quick to wrap this call up though, guys, is I know some certain people. I know there was obviously, more than just these people, but these are people that I was chatting with, during the event that I know were, attending it. And I basically, reach out to them, and I want them to basically share one thing that they learned during the Atendemic event, or God, it's such a weird name, Atendemic event. One thing they learned though, one thing that they were like, wow, like it's an amazing thing I just realized. And I want them to come out here and just kind of share with you guys. So these are what you would consider the gems that they heard. These are what you would want to take your notebook out and write down, guys. These are something that you might hear that could change everything about you guys. These people, they're going to come up and speak. They've had trials and tribulations. We've seen how long they've been along, or how long they've been around, and they haven't given up. They haven't stopped, obviously hustling when 90% of people do. And I know, the people that are coming up, you see that now, 90% of people stop hustling. And that's how you get to the other side of network marketing, is you just do the opposite of what 90% of the people are doing. And that's basically don't quit and work hard, be consistent, guys. And so I'm super excited to have these people come up. First person I'm going to have come up is one of the oldest people that are inside of our organization, oldest as in how long they've been inside the organization. They are an absolute ruthless hustler. They've never given up once inside this organization, and they've been able to just impact a lot of people's lives that wouldn't have never stepped inside of this type of business, organization, or industry without them, guys. They're paving the path for a lot of people that didn't have a path. And so the first person I'm going to have hop up on here is my man, Justin Dorn. Okay. Justin Dorn, I need you to share your video.
JD!
What it do? What it do? I'm going to have you unmute yourself real quick, man. I'm going to go ahead and replace my video with yours. How's it going, baby? Looking clean.
What's up? What's up? Good to see everybody. So awesome. Let me pull up the notepad. I had what I had. Yeah, guys. So what I basically wanted to say out of everything is that obviously we know that we have the best compensation plan here, the best traders here. We honestly have everything that a business needs. But what I learned that I like the most, I can't remember who said it, is the leadership cannot be automated, but you must create a connection with them. That really resonated with me because you never know if somebody's going through, necessarily a hard time or, what's going on in their lives. And it's so easy for somebody to quit. But as long as you talk to them on a day-to-day basis and, you're keeping up with them and you push them, they're going to keep going with this. You're building that connection with them. So, sorry.
Awesome, bro. I appreciate you coming on here and obviously sharing that. Guys, like I was saying, though, Justin Dorn has been hustling for a long, long time. Me and Jay have been, working with him for months and months, if not years already. And it's really cool to see, who he was when he started and who he is right now. And there's some absolutely big things coming for him and a lot of people inside this organization that are going to take this year serious, guys. And so the next person I'm going to have hop up is also a very ruthless, consistent leader. This person I met, previously when I was actually back in college, and, they decided to step into the organization, around coming up about a year. He's a 2-year now. That's what it is. Sorry. But, this person, is coming up around a year inside of, the organization. Extremely consistent, probably the one of the most disciplined people I've actually ever met. And, just learning, this industry, coming from, not having really any experience inside network marketing, and, having tons of, learning curves and everything, because, the things that I was trying to teach back in the day didn't necessarily work for them. They went out and find a way that works for them, though. And it's just beautiful to watch it. And so I'm going to have one of our top leaders, Anissa Rosario, hop on here, and she's going to share one thing that she learned from the Attendemic event. Guys, let's get it. Drop some ones in the chat for Anissa. What it do, boss?
What is good? What's up?
What's good?
It's good. All right. Honestly, I'm super pumped up listening to you guys talk. That was all fire. And honestly, what I did learn, or what I was able to listen to during the Attendemic event, was all so amazing. I hope you guys all were on it. And one thing that I did really like, I'm pretty sure it came from Chad Garner. So he said, success is not the absence of failure, but going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. So basically, this is not going to be no straight road. You're not going to win every single time. You're going to fail. You're going to fail. You're going to fail. But that's where you learn the most, is during your failures. So it doesn't matter how many times you fail. It all matters how you keep going. Like Thomas Edison, when he invented the light bulb, he failed 1,000 times before he got it right. But it's not about those 1,000 times that he actually failed. It's that one time that he got it right, and it completely changed the world for the rest of time. Okay, so need light. So yeah, make sure that as you fail, make it a goal for yourself to fail. You want to fail, because if you're not failing, you're not learning at all. So keeping the enthusiasm as you fail early, fail often, and fail forward.
Woo! Straight heat coming out of left field right there. That was absolutely beast mode, guys. Drop some ones in the chat for Anissa. That was heat, man. I haven't heard for her in a while speak on a call, and every time she does, though, she brings absolute fire. Y'all have to you have to team up on the next call. You and Justin rip the next leadership call. Absolutely beautiful, though. I really appreciate you sharing that knowledge you gained on it. I knew you were definitely on those calls. Guys, what we are going to do now is we're going to go ahead and transition think someone accidentally.
Yeah, cut out.
All good. But what we're gonna do now, guys, we're gonna go ahead and transition to the next person. Obviously, that's gonna be Sharon right now. A lot of you know this person. He's an absolute beast. He, one of the main speakers at actually a pandemic, and he was up there sharing a ton of the knowledge that he has. And it's crazy, man. This dude's like a freaking celebrity inside the company right now. It's pretty cool to see though, but it's because of the time, effort, and energy he put in to get where he is right now. I've seen so many times where this dude was, he was questioning himself. He was like, do I give up? Can I make this goal by this date? And, he just juiced himself up and got it done. He's an absolute beast, and I'm very blessed and grateful to have him, a part of our organization and helping all of us, pave the way, guys. So let's, no further ado, drop some sevens in the chat for our number one binary educator in the company, Devin Spurl, baby. Let's go.
Yo.
Woo!
Let's go.
Yeah,
First thing I'll say, guys, is like, you honestly need to go to one of those events. That was probably one of the first major events that I've went to since I've been, in this business, in this industry. And it's actually like insane. Like, you just got to be there and see it in person. But, I'd say one of the biggest things that I learned was probably the importance of personal development. Like, honestly, I've always known that it was important and that sort of thing. But I heard somebody say something. They said, if you need them, you can't lead them. And that really, really stuck with me, because I kind of thought back to like when I first started in the business, just signed up and ain't got nobody on my team yet. And it's just like, it's almost like you're begging for somebody to like, join your team. And like, you aren't going to bring people in that way. And like, ultimately, like the rank you hit, whatever rank you hit, is a direct reflection of the personal development you have. And like, it's like, okay, if I want to become $1 million earner, a six-figure a month earner in this industry, I'm gonna have to become somebody almost completely different, or at least work on myself. You don't have to become a different person, but you really got to work in your personal development. So like, that's one thing that I really took away from the event, and something that I'm going to be working on a lot going forward. So.
Hey man, that was absolutely awesome. That's a pretty true thing, man. What was the quote you just said? If you need them, you can't lead them. That's so true. That's so true. That's an amazing quote. You can't.
Facts.
It's just a very.
People be begging. Too many people be begging. You got to attract them, right?
Exactly. Yes. You want to attract the people that you want inside your organization, guys. So Devin, I appreciate you hopping on, man. I know you're going to kill this binary challenge that's coming out. I'm super excited for it. Whole company's got their eyes on you right now. Just keep paving the way. Stay humble. Let's keep running this bag up. All right.
Oh, we will.
Yes, sir. Guys, so listen, last person, and I really appreciate everyone on this call. You see how this call is all about gaining more communication skills, mindset, leadership, obviously more skills about never marketing, and just, understanding who you are as a person and who you need to become successful, guys. Well, this person that has got to end this call right now has been an absolute personal development powerhouse. This person has an insane amount of energy towards becoming successful. They're constantly screaming in the chats like, let's go, baby. Getting me and Jay fired up. We're like, oh, buddy, we got to match his energy right about now. And he's just a very humble guy, and he's here to help everyone win. And that's exactly how you win inside of any organization, is you have unity and you give to literally everyone anything you can, guys. So I'm so blessed and grateful to call this guy one of our business partners, one of the top earners inside the company, and just one outstanding person, guys. Drop a 3 in the chat for Colby Booker. Let's go, baby. Woo!
What's up? Wi-Fi money. What's going
Let's
on?
Go. Wi-Fi money in the house.
Guys, what is going on? Real quick, before I dive into this, I want to make sure you guys didn't miss what Anisha covered. Guys, that gem that she dropped in there. She said success is not the absence of failure, but going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Guys, that is some insane value. When I heard that too, look, when I heard that, my mouth just dropped. I was like, wow. You ever read a book or you ever watch a movie and look back and see something that you missed before, and you're like, how the hell did I miss that before? That's what I got when I heard that. Okay, guys, absolutely insane value that I got from this. All right, now I'm gonna talk about. I'm glad he put me last because I always have to go a little bit extra. I'm running into my overview time right now, so I got a call that I'm supposed to be doing right now. But guys, I would not be here if Justin was not consistent. Okay, guys, Justin brought me into this business. I would have not known absolutely anything about this if Justin would have hit me up for a year straight, an entire year. I blew him off. I said, nah, man, keep that keep that thing away from me. I was like, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that. Look at me now. Look at me now. I'm out here doing this. This is all that I do. Guys, it's truly a blessing to be able to do this full time and to be able to provide doing this. Absolutely a blessing. But the key things that I got from the Attendemic event, I got a couple of things for you guys. And it's something that I definitely want to, the Miami trip helped a little bit. Some key things that I want to implement inside of Wi-Fi Money, inside of our group, inside of our culture, is really bringing that culture inside of Wi-Fi Money, inside of everybody and who we are. Okay, how you do or how you speak anything is how you do everything. Now, when I heard that, I've heard it before, but it didn't hit me the same way that it hit me when I heard it the second time. How you do anything is how you do everything. Guys, this means that, I mean, from everything of the way, you know, you say you're going to get up in the morning at 5 and go to the gym, but then when the alarm clock hits, you say, you know what, I'm going to go later on. Guys, how you do anything is how you do everything. I mean, everything from, I'm not going to drink pop to, this one time I'll let it pass. I shouldn't let him talk to me that way, but I'll let it pass this one time. How you do anything is how you do everything. So make sure that if you want your people to show up for you, that you show up for them. You got to show up for your people, for them to show up for you. If you want to bring somebody inside of this business, guess what? You got to show up for your business, even when there's nobody there. Even when I have people that are supposed to hop on my overviews, when people are supposed to hop on my overviews and nobody hops on, I still do my overviews for myself. I show up for myself. You know what I'm saying? I show up for myself. You got to show up for yourself, guys. The last thing is leaders maintain their vision. Leaders look at what is happening for them, not to them. Leaders look at what's happening for them, not to them. Okay. Yes, there's tons and tons of things that happen to you every single day, right? You can take the negative in whatever situation and use it to hold you down. Absolutely, you can. You can drown in 3 feet of water, but if you stood your ass up, guess what? You wouldn't be drowning. It's all in your perspective of how you look at it. Okay, be a glass half full, not a glass half empty type of person. Understand that if you take your circumstances and you look at it from a different perspective, okay, and you look at every single thing in your life, and you say, not what went wrong, but what did I do right? Not what did I do wrong, but what did I do right? Because guess what? That alleviates everything else, because you know what you did right and you know what you have to keep doing. Okay. That's what I got for you guys. That's what I got from the event, from Attendemic. Those are my key gems. Guys, thank you all for hopping on this call. Thank you, Josh, Jay, Anissa, Devin, Justin. I'm losing names here, guys. Thank you all for hopping on this call. You guys have been truly a blessing for me and my business, showing true leadership in every single day, showing me what it's like to be a true leader inside of this organization and in everyday life for every person, not just in this business, but for people that are around you on your everyday basis. Guys, thank you all for being on this call. I truly appreciate it. Hope you all have a blessed night.
All right, boss, guys. Listen, we're going to close out this call. I'm just going to drop a couple links in the chat. Colby, that was beast mode, man. Absolute beast mode. I love that you reiterated the stuff that Anissa was talking about, because that went over a lot of people's heads. I see you, boss. All right, Anissa. She goes, yeah, I know. Guys, listen, I'm going to redrop in the chat. If you're serious, get serious. $50. Do whatever you got to do. Make it to the, to the Zero Gravity event. I dropped the event right in there. Come with us and learn. Come with us and learn. You got to make the first step on your own. You got to get to the event. Jay talked about it. He had no money and a lot of different problems, and he still went. And, that was one of the best decisions we ever made inside our entire life, guys. And so really focus on, setting up events, guys, in your area. If you need help, reach out to me. I'll help you learn how to set up an event. I'll help you make it look beautiful. I'll help you get an Eventbrite going. I don't care, what team or organization you're a part of, guys. And finally, if you need a reset for your brain or you've never heard it, listen to this audio right here. It is literally 7 steps on how to become a pro in this industry. You know, I've listened to it probably 10 times now, over and over and over and over and over. I'm programming it into my everyday life, guys. It's Eric Worre's 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. That's the studio that we were all at in Las Vegas, guys, the godfather of network marketing. This will help you go 10 times faster. Okay, guys. And so I love you all. I appreciate you guys for hopping on this call. You know, Colby, Anissa, Justin, Devin, you guys killed it. And let's have a great week, guys. Let's go out and let's kill it. Peace out.